So a lot of you have messaged me when I was going to get around to doing the full review to this saber. So you're going to want to stick around if you've been asking about this one. It is the Jade Storm, kind of Star Killer inspired lightsaber from NeoSabers. Let's get at it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. So yeah, I got a lot of messages about this particular lightsaber. This one is called the Jade Storm, and it comes over to us from NeoSabers. Now, this is really cool. It is a Xeno V3, so you can control this with your app, but it is inspired, or at least it looks very much inspired by the Star Killer lightsaber. And if you know what this lightsaber looks like, and you compare it to the Jade Storm, you're gonna be like, yeah, I see the inspiration there. It's got an exposed crystal and everything in it, except it's got this really cool black and white design. It almost looks like a stormtrooper kind of recreated the Star Killer for himself, and that brings us here. So I want to thank NeoSabers for sending this over for us to check out. This one has actually been highly requested from a lot of you, so when they asked me if I wanted to review it, I was like, absolutely. So before we move on, if you are new here, please drop down, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification button for upcoming videos. I have a ton of lightsabers that are coming up. I review some 6-scale figures when they come in, and I'm always down in the comments with everybody. And if you are returning, welcome back, and let's get into this NeoSabers Jade Storm lightsaber, because this thing is pretty cool. All right, getting on into the box here. Yes, but obviously it comes with this nice shell case here, and on the inside we obviously have the beautiful Jade Storm. Now look at this thing. This is sexy, man. This is pretty awesome. I mean, we've got the exposed crystal right here, which is so sweet. Then we've got a USB drive for your SD card if you want to load fonts in later on. We have an Allen wrench with a whole bunch of extra retention screws here. Then we've got a full user manual. And then we also have a USB-C charging cable. Now, this is actually the first time I have one of these on the channel. They sent over a lava blade. Let me put this over here. You can see it's all kind of cracked, and the light's gonna come through all of those cracked white parts over here. And it's just gonna kind of look like the top of a lava flow. So I am really excited to check this out because I have never had, this is the first lava blade I have, and I'm really excited to kind of putz around with this. And they also sent me over a regular pixel blade, which is awesome. So let's take a quick little deep dive into the Jade Storm lightsaber here and take a look at some of these details because this is actually really beautiful. I'm actually super impressed by this. Now, I do love the resemblance between the Jade Storm and the Star Killer. I mean, it's not an exact duplicate. You can see the crystal chambers are completely different. But the whole design, you could see, is very much inspired and based off of the Star Killer lightsaber. And the Star Killer is one of the coolest designs. Now, they obviously took it a step further and really kind of made it their own and came up with this really cool design here. We got a couple of vents on the side. We got a little crystal in the front here. And then we have the crystal chamber, which does look like a bunch of broken rib sections here, which is awesome. Then we've got the metal handle here, and then we have some more designs down here. And this is really cool because we've got this kind of white base here and these chrome inlays that are embossed, so you can actually feel this. Really great. It's an awesome design. And then up top here we kind of have that Mandalorian inspired cutout here. Super cool. So let's take a look at the chassis here. We have your typical 18650 battery. We have your USB-C charging port right there, so you just take it, put it on the side, plug it right in. No removable chassis or anything or battery needs to come out, which is beautiful. And then we have your SD card right here in case you want to add some extra sound fonts. And right at the bottom here we have a lot of cutouts for the speaker to vent out. So I'm hoping that this sounds really good. I've only played with this for like 2 or 3 minutes to make a short reel, so I didn't really get a lot of time with it. So we're going to kind of dig in a little bit now and check out the sound quality, check out the fonts that are on here. And before we do that, let's jump over to the website. All right, here we are over at the NeoSabers website, and we have the Jade Storm Xeno V3. It looks like we're priced at $389 for the Xeno Pixel. Now you're going to want to go down here to select your options here. So it looks like we also have a baselit version, which is $269. Then you can select your standard blade, which is obviously the white pixel blade, or this lava blade that we have here. And we'll take a look at both of those blades. I'll pop them both on here, but I mean, we've seen the standard blade about 100 times on this channel just itself. So I'm going to start with the lava blade, but towards the end, I'll pop the regular blade on just so you can see it. Then over here we have finishing. We have simple or weathered. From the pictures here, I honestly don't know what version this is. We can see this has really nice chrome inlays and it's pristine. There's no dirt, there's no weathering, there's no nothing on this one. But in the photos here, we have a solid white version, which is also pristine. There's no weathering or anything on that. And then we have this kind of chrome plated inlay version that we have right here in front of me. So I honestly don't know what version this is or what these finishings such as simple or weathered are referring to. So if anybody from NeoSabers is watching this, jump down in the comments, let everybody know what version this is and what version this white one is. That way it's clear. Down below, I will pin that to the top of the comments. And as soon as that comment gets in there, I'll also copy and paste that into the description. Now, I don't exactly know what they mean by limited sound fonts. Usually their stuff is loaded with sound fonts. So when we hook up the app, we'll just kind of see how many sound fonts in there. And I don't know what limited blade modes mean. So again, once we get into the app here, we'll be able to kind of dig into everything. So let's do that now. So let's open up our Xeno Configure app here. All right, so let's first address the font thing because I don't know what they meant by limited fonts. I mean, that's a lot of fun. 34 fonts. 34 fonts is not limited fonts. That's a lot of fonts, man. Limited blade modes. So I don't exactly know what limited blade modes mean either, because we have all the same effects and everything here. So, I mean, this thing, it's your typical Xeno V3. It's loaded with everything. So let's give this a go and see what we got here because I'm very excited to see this blade. Again, I've only had it on for like a minute or so, so I really want to look at this. Oh, that is so cool. Look at that. That is a cool looking blade. Then we've got the crystal. Super cool. We've got the light coming through little vents on the side. That's awesome. So let's flip through some of the sound fonts and some of the blade modes here. So we've got lockup effects, tip drag. Let's see if we can. Blasters. I gotta say, I have this at 54%. Let me make it even a little lower.
Volume level 43%.
This is just a really loud saber. It's awesome. Tip drag, let's see, blasters we did. Flash on clash. Force effect. So cool. Let's pull up the font section and flip through some of the fonts they have. That's cool. Look at that. I like that. This blade really kind of changes up the whole feel of some of these fonts. I like that. I gotta say, the blade looks best with animated effects like this on it. Doesn't look as good with a solid blade. So, see, now this to me just does not look nearly as fun as any of the animated looks. So let's leave this on red here for a second. Since we have a lava blade, we wanted to kind of look a little fiery. But let's flip through some of the modes that we have here, because we can change blade ignitions and a few different other styles here. So let's turn this off for a sec. What you're going to do is go down into fonts and setting, light effects. So the hum is basically what this is doing while it's on, but let's change the select saber mode, which is the ignitions, and I really wish they would change this to ignition modes. So that is 1. All right, let's go to the next one. Go to 2.
Broken ignition.
Now in this, I think you're going to hear broken many times. And I do believe, again, every time I do a Xeno video, I say this, but I haven't really dug into the code yet. But I do think there are other ones that you have to turn on.
Photon ignition.
Photon. But yeah, I do think there are other ones that you can turn on in the code. If anybody knows, please put that down in the comments. I just haven't had time to sit down and really dig into the code of the config in the Xeno pixels yet. Super cool. And then there's one more that is here.
Stack ignition.
Stack. Nice. But yeah, so I mean, I usually leave everything, I like mine pretty standard.
Standard mode.
Now the hum light is basically while the blade is on, you can kind of change the effect of what it's doing here. So Fireblade is awesome, which is where I think we're going to leave this one. But let's flip through a couple of the others. That's just straight on.
Stable.
This is basically flashing and strobing.
Rainbow blade. Candy blade. Cracked blade. Pulse.
So this is just kind of breathing on and off a little bit.
Flash blade.
And this is strobing really fast. So we're going to leave this on the fire blade, which is one. There we go. Because I think this lava blade really shines its best with this animation here. I love that. And then you can get in there and adjust the colors to whatever you want here. Oh, that's new. Looks like the app got updated a little bit. Oh, very interesting. Oh, this is fantastic. What is this? Oh, that's the brightness. You can adjust the brightness there. That's pretty cool. I like that. That would be off. Huh, nice. That's a good addition. Very sweet. And then you can kind of go down here and just kind of dial in if you know the exact number of the color that you want. I gotta say, I really love that they put the brightness level on this, because this was on page 2 before. Oh, that's interesting. We still have some of the animation coming through. We get the colors down. That's very nice. But here's a couple of other options for colors. We can kind of fade back and forth through them from infinity color. And then you can do quick color, which is just going to bang through the colors pretty quick. So green. So we're getting into different tones of green, blues. So it's just a little bit faster. But honestly, the fastest way is to go here, select what you want. Here, let's go to red. 0, 0, perfect. Okay. Now that is fantastic. Now let's see if there's anything else added into the app here. So blade mode here, brightness is that's still here. That acts a little bit different than the other one on the other page. Now they turned off main blade for some reason. Interesting. Main blade was basically to adjust the length of the blade. So if you had a 28-inch blade, if you had a little dagger blade, a 32-inch blade, a 36-inch blade, you can adjust the blade length with the main blade length, and it seems to be turned off on this update. Gonna have to look into that after this video. Side blades are basically if you have like a Kylo Ren type of thing. Others, countdown, motion control, flash on clash, flash sensitivity. This is, the flash sensitivity is basically the clash. So you could turn that all the way down and it won't react at all. So you can really fine tune how much you want it to react to you. And usually somewhere around here, the 20-ish% is more than fine. Motor speed, what is that? Motor speed? Pre-on effect time. Okay, so this is interesting. I haven't seen any of these listed here before. Multi-block mode, that's pretty cool. Multi-lock mode. Ghost mode. Now what's ghost mode? Alright, let's go back here for a second. Alright, I'm not even gonna lie, these are new settings here that I have no idea what they do, and I'm gonna have to look into these to see what everything is, because this is brand new to me. And I'm glad to see that they're actually updating the app and putting some more things in here. Then we have the motion controls here, which you could turn on, you know, different effects that you want to do, such as the push on, push off, the sensitivity of it, twist on, twist off, and sensitivity of that, swing on, and so on. So that's really cool right there. So it's cool that we've got some extra additions here. I'm just gonna have to find what they all do. So I'm obviously gonna have to do some homework and find out what all these new settings are, because some of them might be really cool. Velocity modes, torch mode, I don't know what torch, I just don't know what that would be. Maybe that just turns the saber on and no sound or something, so who knows. Ghost mode, I don't see anything switching here. So hopefully there's something somewhere in a manual that I can find out what all of these settings do. Beautiful smooth swing and great accent swings coming through. Love that. Great sound. Accent swings, blasters. And before we sign off, let's just swap the blade out so we can see it with a regular blade. Alright, I think that's about it for this saber. There's a lot of options in this. Plus, keep in mind, you can do a lot of these settings right on the hilt itself. So I'll put a direct link and a discount code for you down in the description. And then while you're down there, let me know what you think of the comments of the Jade Storm kind of Star Killer inspired lightsaber. I think this thing is pretty awesome. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button for upcoming videos. I will see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.